Canelo Alvarez and Avni Yildirim official for February 27th. And this is another prediction come to fruition on this channel. If you guys have been following this channel and our coverage of the Canelo lawsuit with Golden Boy and DAZN, you know that this was the outcome that I predicted. I said Canelo Alvarez would likely get out of that contract, and he did. I said he would likely fight by the end of the year, and he did. And I said there was a very good chance that not only could he co-promote with a guy like Al Heyman or Eddie Hearn, especially Eddie Hearn, considering he has a previous relationship with him and fighters that work with him already, but I said that he could likely promote himself since he's the cash cow. All things that have come to fruition, and this right here is a huge manifestation of that, because this is fight one against Avni Yildirim of a 2-fight deal with Matchroom Boxing, right? So the reason Canelo Alvarez is doing this, okay, is because after fighting Yildirim with a very short turnaround time in February, he's going to be going right back in there for Cinco de Mayo against Billy Joe Saunders. He knows Eddie Hearn is Billy Joe's promoter. This is a fantastic way to facilitate that fight. This is a way to assure him that he's going to be able to continue to unify those titles, right? So that's why he's doing this. And that would set him up for another prediction of ours, which is a fight against Caleb Plant, who, as you guys know, is promoted by PBC's Al Heyman. And no doubt Canelo will promote or co-promote with Al Heyman in making that fight as well. So this is all stuff we've been calling on this channel. Now, a lot of people don't like the Avni Yildirim fight, but let me tell you guys why I'm okay with the Avni Yildirim fight. And you've probably heard me say this before, but I'll reiterate. Canelo Alvarez just snatched the WBC title. The best move for him to make, especially with a quick turnaround like this, because he just fought, is to take on a mandatory in the WBC, a title he just picked up, so he could fend off the WBC while he spends the next couple of fights, the subsequent 2 fights, unifying the division. That way he doesn't have the pressure of, oh, you got to fight your mandatory, you got to do this, you got to pay step-aside money, you got to do that. No, no, no. Canelo Alvarez is nipping this in the bud, and a lot of people are disrespecting Avni Yildirim. And I understand he's not the guy you want to see Canelo fight, right? But again, think about how soon Canelo is coming right back into the ring after fighting Callum Smith, a guy that was supposed to be a real challenge. Canelo Alvarez no doubt went through a grueling training camp for that fight because he looked incredible. Now he's going right back in there in a matter of a couple months against Avni Yildirim, a guy who's a pretty decent fighter and the number one mandatory in the WBC. I mean, essentially that's what he is. You can't give the fight to Durrell because he got beat by Benavidez. You can't give it to Benavidez really because we're not even sure if he could make the weight anymore. I mean, he was just stripped in August, right? So Canelo picked up the title. It would look a little funky to give it to David Benavidez. I would also argue that Benavidez would not want a single month or whatever it is to get in there and get ready for Canelo Alvarez. He's going to want some time to take that fight. The same way Caleb Plant did. You know, he's not going to just jump in there against a Canelo Alvarez. So this is, I think this is an intelligent move by Canelo Alvarez to fight Avni Yildirim at Miami, by the way, at the Hard Rock Casino in Miami, a place I'm very familiar with. And then to set up a Cinco de Mayo fight with Billy Joe Saunders, which sets up, if he gets through Billy Joe, a Mexican Independence Day fight against Caleb Plant. This is fantastic planning. And he might even be back by the end of the year to take on Triple G or somebody else if he gets through this entire situation. Maybe a Charlo brother, who knows. But again, a lot of people call for the Charlos and other people. Listen, the Charlos, haven't even fought at super middleweight. They're going to also want to get acclimated. I mean, you're not just going to want to jump in there against Canelo Alvarez, and if you do, he's not going to get any credit for the fight, right? So I don't think Avni Yildirim is a bad fight. I mean, if you want to call it a tune-up fight or whatever you want to call it, it's fine. The guy just got off of a serious fight with Callum Smith in a serious training camp for him to be taking on basically his mandatory, for me, I can't really knock the guy, especially when it's to set up a bout against Billy Joe Saunders, a guy who I think might be one of the best super middleweights in the world. I mean, for me right now, if Benavidez can make the weight, it's Benavidez, it's Saunders, it's Plant, and it's Canelo. Those are the guys. So, I don't have any problem with what Canelo Alvarez is doing here. My question to you guys is, do you want to see Canelo Alvarez unify the division, or would you rather see him fight somebody else? I think it's a good move for him before he goes on to his next quest, whatever that will be. Also, do you not like this Avni Yildirim fight? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to Knucklehead Nation and hit the bell notification icon so you know when we upload a video. Finally, hit the join button. For just $5 a month, you can help me continue to build this channel and continue to build our promotion, FightersRep Promotion, the only kickboxing promotion that matters. Imagine that, giving fighters the opportunity to compete and live their dream. I also wanted to update you guys on that membership. There's a join button below if you have an Android device or you're on a PC. You might not see it on an Apple device. I would ask that you log into your desktop to join and help me build the channel. But I want to update the membership. The membership will include our live pay-per-views when we get back. So I know I was telling you guys before, we may charge a little bit more for the pay-per-view, but I've decided, you know what, I'm just going to make it $5. Hopefully we get a lot of support by doing that. So it'll be $5. You'll get our live access to our fights when they happen. You'll get an emblem next to your name letting people know you're an official knucklehead. You'll get discounts to FightersRep gear in the link below. That right there I think would pay for itself. Anything you guys purchase in the link below will help me continue to build the channel and the promotion. You could buy stuff like this dope FightersRep shirt. We got hoodies, tank tops, masks to keep you safe, and so on and so forth. So knuckleheads, I look forward to hearing what you have to say about this. I got no problem with Canelo's moves here.